Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between Lucifer versus Moon here on Tyrannus Stand. And let's see how the current StarCraft 2 former WarCraft 3 professional plays here on Tyrannus Stand. We see Moon spawning as the red Night Elf here on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we see Lucifer is spawning as the Undead player. Now, first thing you guys might notice is I actually have Fog of War off because there are actually no observers in this game. Unfortunately, without observers, you can't watch both players at the same time. You just have to turn off Fog of War, and that's what you currently see right now. Both players wishing each other good luck, good luck, good luck. Doubly so coming in from Moon. And we'll see what the strategies will be Night Elf versus Undead. Now, I did see Moon was one of the players in this matchup, and I really wondered how he would do after stepping away from WarCraft 3 for quite some time. We can see that there is going to be an Ancient of War creep now coming down from Moon. Let's take a look. Altar of Darkness has been completed. Most likely will be training up a Death Knight as soon as that Ziggurat is completed. There you go. Death Knight versus Demon Hunter. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Most likely we will see Moon open up and then train up an Archer, try to pull some creeps over, and then creep out this creep camp and perhaps even this creep camp without any real issue. Coming across the map, I believe we have an Acolyte already making its way across, and the Acolyte going to be doing a little bit of scouting. Now, the only benefit a Wisp has over an Acolyte, or a couple of the benefits, is that the Wisp actually moves slightly faster, but it has less hit points. But then again, it can also detonate itself in order to deny experience. Archer is already out. Here we go. Moon's Ancient of War. Excuse me, tanking a lot of damage already, and now going to be dealing some damage back to those rogues. Nicely played there, wanting to make sure to deal damage without actually taking down the units, as the Demon Hunter is coming around and getting awesome easy shots onto this Acolyte here. The Acolyte dancing around. Is the Acolyte going to fall? It looks like it will, with really no issue whatsoever. Down it goes. And now coming back down over here, you can see that the Ancient of War... Oh, did the Ancient of War actually get a kill? Oh, that was a huge mistake there. Moon, perhaps showing a little bit of rustiness, is not going to get to level 2 off of this. He killed an Acolyte, but he did not get to level 2. He will be able to get it off the Apprentice Wizards there, but that is not a typical mistake Moon makes. Meanwhile, Lucifer so far playing a pretty solid game as well, doing the standard creep camp for Undead, making sure to get some skeletal minions out before taking on this orange creep camp here. That will fall pretty quickly. Death Knight now picking up a Circuit of Nobility, has a Mantle of Intelligence, and we'll see what that Death Knight looks to do here in just a moment. Demon Hunter now continuing to move along his merry way. Going to be going after the Kobold Tunneler, another green creep camp a little bit further away, not allowing the Ancient of War to get there. The Ancient of War will most likely just tank out the Goblin Merchant instead. Pretty standard creep pattern so far, as the Demon Hunter with a whole bunch of Mantle of Intelligences. Not quite sure what he's going to really do with those, as a smart Demon Hunter. You know, how smart can Illidan really be? Back over here, I guess this isn't Illidan. This is Painkiller, not to be confused with Pain User, as we are seeing the Troll Shadow Priest now getting taken down. Sasquatch going to get taken down as well. We are also seeing the Baron Bloodbane making his way down and over. It looks like he is going to be coming in for a bit of pressure. And what is this? Moon does not have a good front door at all. I am really starting to question that this is the actual Moon, who is the professional StarCraft 2 and former professional WarCraft 3 player, as this entire front door is pretty much ripe for the picking. The Death Knight even able to make its way inside, as we are going to see that the ghouls, mass ghouls, just coming in and causing problems. The Wisp, however, are making their way around. What's going to be happening here? The Wisp, is it going to be able to detonate itself? That is the question. And oh, yes, it does get taken down. A Death Coil on a ghoul instead. That looks like it was about to get taken down. We do have dust on that one Death Knight as well. So Moon, who has a little bit more experience right now than the Death Knight of Lucifer, still trying to hold off this army with just one Demon Hunter. If you had to have any hero to do it, this would be the one to do it, as we're going to see this Demon Hunter go to town and try to work as hard as possible. Demon Hunter currently does have a scroll of town portal. Is it going to try to teleport out? There's a detonation, but the detonation not enough. The Demon Hunter is still regenerating a bit of hit points. A smart town portal there. Not quite sure why we don't see a mana burn as, oh, a beautiful second surround by Lucifer. Brilliantly done as another mana burn now comes across. What is going to be happening here? Demon Hunter now pretty much benefiting from all of the possible, oh, and down goes the Demon Hunter now. But wow, a brilliant play by Lucifer getting a surround and eating up the scroll of town portal, and now we are going to be seeing a Panda come over. So the Panda is going to be the counter hero of choice to deal with the amount of ghouls that we currently see in play. All right, Panda now coming in. Breath of Fire coming across. And how much damage is going to be dealt? The Panda now needs to get a little bit more mana once more. Perhaps it will be able to get another. And there's a detonation once again. Is it trying to get all of that Moonwell? And there is another Breath of Fire there. Coming across, the ghouls are low on hit points. This may actually be a really, really bad engagement. All of those ghouls, one more Breath of Fire, and pretty much going to be very low on hit points, as we now see some Wisp taking a lot of damage. Wisp are trying to back away. The Panda is pretty much back at full mana. There is another Breath of Fire, a beautiful slip away by that Wisp, but the Wisp does get taken, or does get a detonation off once more, as the Panda now sitting at 161 mana. The ghouls generating a lot of hit points, and another Breath of Fire there. The ghouls down to 16, and though all of those low hit point ghouls will end up surviving, this could be a huge play, as Moon unable to really pressure back Lucifer. Lucifer sitting at a level 2, almost level 3 Death Knight. We see that there is nothing coming in from the Altar of Darkness at all. And it is going to be one Demon Hunter and one Panda, perhaps trying to put in a bit of pressure now. We can also see an Ancient of Lore coming in. Moon, I don't know how many resources he has. I can't quite tell. Unless I can try to switch it over. Meanwhile, we can see that the ghouls are simply retreating and returning back home. Slaughterhouse, that is a lot of ghouls trying to harvest up a lot of lumber. Demon Hunter may be able to just simply come in here and get in a lot of damage. There is a Halls of the Dead, though, so he does have to be careful. But if the Demon Hunter is able to make its way in, and it should be able to get off a couple of Breaths of Fire here, and, sorry, the Panda makes its way in, we should be able to get off a couple of Breaths of Fire here. The Demon Hunter now trying to make its way out, and oh, another beautiful surround. There is a Breath of Fire, there's a mana burn, and it looks like one ghoul will get taken down. The Demon Hunter does have a circlet. What is going to go down here? The Demon Hunter now seeing that level 3, fighting back. The Panda might get off another Breath of Fire there, getting off even more damage. And the Demon Hunter tech evasion, a beautiful tech choice there to barely stay alive. And what was this? A Wand of Illusion. Now as the Wand of Illusion perhaps was absorbing a little bit of damage there, the Demon Hunter able to barely slip away, as the Panda could perhaps be coming back in for another Breath of Fire. No, not enough mana. This Illusion still taking, or still causing some harassment. You can see that there is a Lich already out on the field. This Demon Hunter going to be able to regenerate those hit points and that mana, perhaps dropping the Circlet of Nobility first. Ancient Protector now coming into play. The building placement really not that strong, but a second Ancient of Lore finally coming in, as we now see that the Illusion is going to be disappearing in just a moment. All right, Ancient of War ready to fight again. We can see there's a Wisp back off over here. Perhaps that will be utilized in just a moment. Panda and Demon Hunter not looking all too strong. The Ancient of War has changed locations, and what is going to be going down here? One Ancient of Protector going to be taking a lot of damage here, as we now see perhaps a cancellation. There's a Breath of Fire, and yes, there is a cancellation on that, as the slow poison, and now some skeletal minions coming out. There is a Crypt Fiend. The Crypt Fiend going to be very effective against those Dryads. The Panda now in a lot of trouble. It is now down to 131 hit points. We may see a Death Coil, but no, the Panda able to slip away at 61 hit points still. Demon Hunter is trying to fight back here. The Dryads have to be very careful, as the army is going to transition from a Ghoul army into a Crypt Fiend army, and that means that these Dryads are not going to be very effective at all. Moonwell trying to be repaired. You can see that the Wisp coming in with another detonation there. The Demon Hunter perhaps going to get off another mana burn, or perhaps a mana burn onto the Lich. Lich is at 86 mana. A decent mana burn could be coming in, as the Demon Hunter still battling it up. All right, another attack could be coming in. Ancient of War now dealing a lot of damage, as it is going to deal a lot of damage to those Crypt Fiends if they can actually land a blow. Meanwhile, back down over here, you can see the Demon Hunter waiting for that Ancient of Wonders to buy some new potions. Once again, where is the Panda? I don't see, the Panda was taken down. I'm not quite sure how it was taken down, perhaps coming back in a little bit earlier. There is a mana burn, potion of healing, and able to stay alive ever so barely. Demon Hunter now coming back in once more. There's a second potion of healing. Is it going to absorb another death coil? No, no second death coil, as the Panda is finally back out into play. Ancient of War absorbing a little bit of damage, but it is now just in a very good position. It does have fortified armor, reducing the amount of damage it takes from Crypt Fiends and the Death Knight. So pretty much in a perfect position there to absorb a lot of that damage and buy himself some time. Panda now needs to put some pressure down. This is going to be a bad situation here. The one, is it going to be able to repair it in time? I don't think so. Ancient of War is going to get taken down. Finally, there it goes. What will we be seeing next? More attacking coming in. A beautiful transition into Crypt Fiends that deal with the Dryads that are currently coming out from Moon. Moon needs to get the bears, and in a hurry. There is a breath of fire, but not really dealing that much damage, as the Demon Hunter once again in a precarious situation. More and more damage being exchanged in these blows. Down to 20 hit point, a potion of healing just in time again, as it looks like it would have been taken down. All right, Mana Burn and the Death Knight now down to 349 hit points. Are we going to see a Crypt Fiend finally fall? Yes, we are. Level 2 now on the Panda. The Panda could perhaps be getting off another Breath of Fire here. The Demon Hunter is in a very bad place. Is it going to fall? Yes, I believe so. Down to 72. No, not going to fall. There's a Moonwell in the back. And now more Moonwells in the front will get taken down once more. Ancient Protector still trying to fight back here, throwing those rocks as best as it can, as the Moonwell will fall. All right, the Demon Hunter still sitting in the back of the base. You can see more damage being had. A Death Coil or something could be coming in just a moment. You can see the Lich getting off some easy shots. All that just to see the Demon Hunter fall once again. Lich now sitting at level 2. And Moon, if this really is Moon, is not playing up to his normal standards at all. Druid of the Claw with the rejuvenation on himself. We're seeing that the Death Knight sitting at 400 some odd hit points. The Druid of the Claw needs to engage up against those Crypt Fiends, but when they're not in bear form, they do not have enough hit points to really tech. Tree of Eternity not yet done. And I believe Moon will be losing here in just a moment. There you go. Level 2 Death Coil plus level 1 Frost Nova plus Focus Fire from Crypt Fiends. And more than enough. I believe we saw a Dark Ritual come in once more. And there is the GG from Moon. Moon losing game 1 in the series to Lucifer. So Moon perhaps a little bit rusty. Stay tuned for game 2.